Hello and welcome back to the channel. Right, today's build is a model it's been hanging around here for 7 or 8 months now, and I've just never got around to doing it. But it is the Stug 3G. So, usual format, 60-second speed build, show you some pics, and then we'll get to the review. So, let's crack on and build. Welcome back. Right, first of all, the instructions, actually pretty good. I don't think that there was really anywhere I massively went wrong. I did this as a streaming model, so there were, because I'm trying to be a little bit quicker with when I'm streaming, there were a couple of areas I did go wrong on, but that was just my own fault for going a little bit quicker. But the instructions themselves, they're actually pretty good. There was nothing missing and no warpage and no discoloration. I'm not massively keen on the camouflage pattern that they've done, but it's certainly not the worst I've seen. It's very similar to the the Yag Tiger, King Tiger Sluban 2-in-1 combo that I did many months ago. I think it works slightly better on the smaller model than the bigger ones, but that's just an individual opinion. One of the things that one of the reasons why this has been hanging around for quite some time is that back in the day when I used to play World of Tanks, this was by far my favourite vehicle to play. The first time that I got Pascucci's medal, the Pascucci's medal is the one where you win when it's you against 5 enemies or more. In fact, I think all the Pascucci's medals I got were in the Stug. But this I have to say, it does hold up quite well as far as accuracy is concerned. The proportions are pretty good. The level of detail is not bad at all, especially for a relatively cheap model. I'd say this is on the edge of the pocket money price range, and it's not fragile, which is something that is actually quite a shock to me, especially with all these sort of camouflagey bits that are on the side skirts. Now you do put them on last of all, so that obviously does help. I imagine that if they went on earlier they might have got pinged off a little bit, but I didn't have that issue. The only real issue I have with this is with the gun. No, not the actual gun barrel or anything like that. There is a mechanism for elevating and depressing the barrel. So basically this thing at the back, you pull it and it does that on a little mechanical doodah inside, which was a little bit tricky to put together. I think perhaps in the instructions it should have been, the gun should go in quite a bit earlier than it actually does, because it was a little tricky to fix in, and I ended up having to take a lot of the top apart to get the gun barrel in. But that's just a question of order rather than the instructions being downright wrong or difficult to read or anything like that. And it does seem to be a massively over-engineered solution to a relatively simple problem, where all you need is a hinge that is seated correctly at the front, and that's it. One of the nice things though that this does is it does, as the real thing did, have a certain amount of lateral movement on it, which is quite nice. So you know, but again, that you could factor in very easily on, and if you've got the skill, I would actually suggest redoing this at the front, because I've got a feeling that it wouldn't take a lot to pull that a little too hard and you end up separating the mechanism inside, which would be a giant pain in the backside to put it all back together. But yeah, it is what it is. But really, that's my only gripe about the thing, is that it's just a massive, over-engineered solution to a problem that isn't really, that certainly doesn't need it. But this, I have to say, I am quite impressed. I was expecting this to be fragile. I was expecting this to be a bit, and it's really not, which is very nice indeed. Especially as they say, never meet your idols. But this, this is pretty good. In fact, I'd like to see a bigger model of this. This is 523 pieces, and with your, you get the 3 minifigures with you, get some sandbags, and you get a little random bush. I'd like to see a bigger version of this, something sort of twice the length really. I think that if they can do this with this many bricks, then they could do a really nice big model. But there we go. That is the, and it was £10, which I have found it cheaper, and I've put a link to the where it is cheaper. But yeah, I can say again, I'd recommend this if you have an interest in particularly German fighting vehicles. This one is quite historically important for many reasons. But yeah, if you want this, I can recommend it certainly. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please like and subscribe, and I'll catch you again. You take care. Bye bye.